Hey, I am at a park. It's very windy. I try my best to find a non-windy place, but it's still really windy. So it's actually in the backside of a dog park, and the whole area here is like a wider park over by some water. But I just have a lot of intense thoughts and feelings, and I just wanted to share that if you might be the type of person that when you're feeling very intense inside, it shuts down because you can only find ways that other people will harm or antagonize or misunderstand you when you try to express it. And if that's the case, just remember that your thoughts and feelings and pain and stress is real and that it matters. And it's okay to not feel safe expressing yourself yet. And that you can find ways to slowly break it down more. And I know that sometimes it can feel like suffocating, like I need help, but I'm like locked behind a curtain where nobody can see me and nobody can see the kind of help I need. Like I totally understand what that is like, but I don't have any other answers other than to at least for ourselves, we can acknowledge that we know for ourselves that our pain matters, even if it's a little bit of a fuck you to ourselves to be like, yeah, your pain matters, but I don't know how to find help for you, or like, I'm just gonna keep you quiet. It can feel like a fuck you, but really it's also like I'm trying to care for you and protect you because in the past we may have been in situations where we tried to get help and express ourselves, and it wound up in a worse situation than it would have been. And so we learned to keep these things really quiet and close to ourselves. So it's difficult to be like, yeah, it's a double edged sword. That while we really need help, we don't yet know how to find help for ourselves in a safe way. And I find that, in my case, when this happens, this has been the habit for, I'm 32. This has been how my relationship to my pain and my suffering has been for most of my life. That I don't ask people for help, I don't reach out, I don't tell people what's honest because it's been too easy for me to turn against myself and like take other people too seriously. And I feel like I can't yet totally trust myself. Like I'm not totally out of the woods with being too easy to stress out. Like I feel like I am still very vulnerable and unstable in my life, like financially, being like isolated, like being like, what in the world is my path, like my lifestyle, my who am I? How do I find a way of living and getting by financially in this world that feels right? How do I relate to people in a way that feels right? Like I'm still nowhere near out of the woods, even though I'm grateful for all the progress I made in the past couple of years, especially in the past year. Um, I'm trying to remember where this thought started. I got kind of distracted, but basically, oh yeah, the thing that I tended to do when feeling like this, like I'm, you know, it almost feels like I am like I have a really bad injury, but like everybody around me is just will be harmful to me whether they intend to or not. It could be like there's elephants around me that might accidentally step on me, like they're not intending to be malicious, but they accidentally will. Or it could be people who intentionally just want to harm me for their own benefit, like people who are more predatory and who can understand and see pain but they don't care, or they want to cause pain. So it kind of can feel like you're really injured, but you aren't able to show it to anybody, and you don't know how to tell if people are safe or not. And a part of that is being able to handle your own self, I guess, you know, to be like, if people harm me, I can trust myself that I won't just try to be polite and nice and easygoing, or I won't, not even that, but that I won't like agree with somebody else. I won't take somebody else's perspective just because they're harming me, you know? That's been my thing. Like, I've never really been one for fighting back, but I've been one for internalizing what people say when it hurts me, or just agreeing, siding with people who don't have my best interests at heart. So, you know, when you're in these kinds of situations, I think it's I'm trying to remember what my thoughts started with. It was something about being how, oh yeah, in the past, what I would do to try to like feel safe and come back to feeling normal is I would seek adrenaline, you know, I would seek drugs and substances, and just like total like freedom, like fuck you, like I can't trust anybody, so I'm just gonna go along with that. That's why I was just homeless. And I've had really unstable jobs and just being homeless many times in my life, and like just traveling with a backpack and hitchhiking and doing work exchanges on farms and things like that, and not having like any kind of stable friends I can trust. Or but the main thing is like when you choose substances to be your best friend, and like adrenaline rushes to be your best friend, and distractions, like that leads to, you know, temporary, it's not sustainable, it's temporary soothing of pain through distraction, which is a powerful skill, but it's not sustainable, and it requires, you know, other pieces of the puzzle to temper it and to make it be not damaging to us, or to minimize the damage with like you know, being able to sometimes actually express ourselves and ask for help. Or, you know, it's so hard sometimes even know what is the help we're asking for, what is realistic to ask for, who is the right person to ask, how to not put the wrong responsibility on the wrong people, how to use our own responsibility. But it's hard when you need help too, and you don't know in exactly what way you need help, or how to describe to people like how you are compared to other people, you know, for people to understand what it's really like for you. And especially when you can tend to like demean your own pain, like you get exhausted and you're just like whatever, like it's too much, like fuck it, like I'm not even gonna think about it, everything's fine. Like I'd rather say everything's fine than to feel stressed out and like I'm falling apart. So, but I know that for me, yeah, there's so much trauma that I don't know what to do about, and I'm not ready to like talk about. And I don't even know what terms to put things in. And I know it's gonna take a long time for me to be able to break it down and kind of like break like bigger stories into like smaller vignettes or something, like smaller short stories, I guess. But I think that being able to talk about my life and understand my life, I know that that's very important for me to feel like a sense of healing and a sense of like like I understand who I am, I understand how to care for myself, and I understand how to relate to people and how to express myself to people. Not just to receive help I need, but to be able to connect and relate and just be a human. And I know that things happen very, like, you know, sloppily and predictably, but I still don't know like how to I don't know how to titrate all this mess because there's a lot. There's a lot, and you can't just let it all come out at once or it'll be chaos, you know. It has to come out in a slower way, and there has to be pleasure and enjoyment. And I'm trying to figure out for myself, what does safe desire and enjoyment look like for me? What does safe enjoyment and desire look like? And how can I use joy, you know? It's tough because sometimes, like, you are in a bad situation, you're trying to give yourself joy. Like, for me, like, it's honestly just a testament to my incredible ability to manage stress and think positively that I'm doing as well as I am, because have things are not good for me financially. Things are not good for me thinking of the future, thinking of the present, like trying to feel good by and trying to change the character I play and trying to open up my opportunities by like buying clothes, for example. I just bought a bunch of clothes online, used clothes, but being like, okay, I can use these clothes to enjoy being a human more and putting joy and creativity in my life and have clothes to wear so I can get a job. And then it's like I instantly accidentally ruin it when I'm washing it. Like the colors bleed and get all messed up, and I'm like, that was clothes I can't even afford to have. And I just ruined it, and I don't know how to earn money. So I'm, like when I mean, I know logically things to do to earn money, but I don't know how to earn money in a way that is right for me, you know? Like, I think about I could try selling clothes online. I could keep on doing things with dogs, but the clothes process sounds intriguing, but also very intimidating with the learning curve, and also very frustrating because, my boyfriend cooks in our house a bunch. He cooks really oily things, and the smell gets baked into the whole house, so I feel self-conscious, like any clothes I have are going to contain that smell. And there's that, and then there's just like me having such foggy fuzzy mind, and feeling like it's going in such slow motion. Like, I feel like fear when I think of trying to learn things, especially something I've failed at before. Like in the past, like a decade ago, like I briefly was like, oh, I should sell clothes online, and nothing ever happened. I didn't sell anything. And there's so much isolation, and then if you aren't isolated, there's people who want to harm you and cause you to feel shame and hatred towards yourself for expressing, like, I didn't choose to be this way. I don't want to be this way. Like, I'm really good at pretending I'm not this way, but if I try to actually ask for help, it comes out in a really, a way that's easy to feel ashamed of. And a way that I don't know a better way to ask for help yet, but there's a guy playing with his dog over there, so I better go because I don't want anybody watching me. But anyway, just I hope that, if you're in this, like, what they call the messy middle part, that you just, I guess, if I was older, what I'd be telling myself in the past is I wish I would have taken more risks to get help, even if it meant embarrassing myself, even if it meant opening myself to criticism. And I wish I would have just refused to hate myself and feel shame for myself just because other people express that I should feel these things. So, because that was my thought process, or the kind of advice I wish I would have given myself when I was younger, that's the advice that I want to take now for myself. That's the advice I want to take now and be like, I'd rather take bigger risks and just use everything to like use that fuck you, like giving up energy that I have, put that towards giving up on caring what people think of me and not needing to be like a good person by taking everybody seriously and trying to like give people attention and care, you know? Something like that. So, yeah, that is what's on my mind today, and I hope that you can remember that we're in the messy middle, but things are going to continue to get better because we have pledged that for ourselves. We're going to take risks to get into better situations and to understand what makes us happy as individuals and to slowly change things and to also find justice for the past and to just be on our own side, that we deserve to feel safe and comfortable and not always like terrified and surviving and on edge. And yeah, so thank you for listening and take care. Bye.